Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. I'm working out some fighting words. But before we go any further, I need for you to like this video and please subscribe to my channel. So, as I said in a previous video about Dillian Whyte, it looks like word on the street, we're going to have Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury. Because the only other guy was Joe the Juggernaut Joyce. And like I said, out of the two, the one guy Tyson Fury would not want to face is Joe Joyce. The word on the street is, like I said, and I suppose it'll be announced pretty soon, it'll be Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury. Now, remember, Dillian Whyte had an injury. He didn't have an injury. He didn't have an injury. No, he wanted to get a shot at the title. I'm not mad at the man. It came up, is this ducking? I don't believe it's ducking. Number one, he's fighting somebody who's considered to be a tougher fight. And number two, he's going after the title, which is what you aspire to do in this sport. You want one of those belts. Preferably, you'd want them all, but you want something before you call it quits in this sport. So I don't consider that ducking. And Dillian Whyte is the type of guy that I believe he will give you a fair one. Meaning, let's just say he fights Tyson Fury. Let's just say he knocks Tyson Fury out. Hey, Otto Wallen, listen, I know I didn't give you that before, but now that I have this, you and I, we can do it. We can do it right now. I believe he would do that. I honestly believe he has the type of character. He has that character. He loves fighting. He would do it. I honestly believe he would do it. I'm intrigued. I'm excited because Dillian Whyte can bring a fight. He can bring a fight. And he has the one thing that Deontay Wilder never had when facing Tyson Fury: size. He's just as confident as Deontay Wilder, but he's got size. That's the difference. The size. If Tyson Fury comes in 277, it doesn't matter because Dillian Whyte's about 250 easy. He can come in 250. He can come in 255, 260. Now we're talking about what? Like a 17-pound difference. He can come in bigger than that if he wanted. If he wanted to, he could. So that's not the type of guy where you just kind of push around and you shove around and you manhandle. It's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen like that with Dillian Whyte. It will be a very close quarter fight. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be a distance thing. Deontay Wilder has a type of frame and his particular way of fighting. He needs that distance so he can launch that pistol he has. But not with Dillian Whyte. He's going to be up close and personal. And I don't know if Tyson Fury's telephone fighting is gonna work with somebody his size. The last time we saw Tyson Fury, with somebody close quarters like that was Otto Wallen. And a lot of people said, arguably, they felt like he won that fight. Otto Wallen won. So, and Otto Wallen is not as big as Tyson Fury. Now, the other argument that I would say is Tyson Fury came back. So, okay, yeah, sure. Otto Wallen, he kind of did his thing in the fight, but Fury was rusting. He was kind of shaking off the cobwebs, basically. So it's an intriguing argument on both sides. But like I said, it's neither here nor there. We got Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury. I'm excited. I knew this was happening. Injury. But I knew this was happening. It's a good fight. I don't think Dillian Whyte is ducking. He just leveraged himself and he got in position. That's all. Yes, it's a sport, but it's also a business. Yes, it's a sport, but it's also a business. And I'm not mad at him playing the game because this is also, a game of who can get to this guy first. A lot of times that's what it is. Who can get to who first before so-and-so gets knocked off or something like that. This is interesting. This is good. Let's just say Dillian Whyte beats Tyson Fury. Dillian Whyte hates Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder hates Dillian Whyte. Deontay Wilder will definitely be coming back. He's not retired. He's coming back. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think he's going to call out? He's going to call out Dillian Whyte. Who do you think he's going to call out? Deontay Wilder. I don't think Dillian Whyte's the type of guy who's going to be like, I don't think Dillian Whyte would do to Deontay Wilder what Earl Spence is now doing to Keith Thurman. Like, no, you didn't give me a shot, I'm not going to give you a shot. I don't think he would do that. He's not that type of guy. Because his disdain for Deontay Wilder is so great. It's like, no, that's why I want to give you a shot. So I can treat you, so I can hurt you for making me wait. I don't want to ignore you for making me wait. I want to hurt you for making me wait. So by all means, yes, you get the title shot. Either way, this is great. Because you think about it, now we got some real possibilities. Let's just say, and again, we're just throwing scenarios out there. If Dillian Whyte were to win, that means we get Dillian Whyte and we get AJ again somewhere down the road, maybe within a year. We know they have history. We know they don't like each other. We know they can't be in a room. Deontay Wilder is definitely coming back. He's definitely going to be back in 2022. Him and Dillian Whyte don't like each other. AJ Dillian don't like each other. What if we get Dillian Whyte, and him and Fury, they might have to do a rematch or something like that. I don't know. Somebody gets hurt. It's just great possibilities. What if you get Dillian Whyte and you put him in there with Usyk? As much skill as Usyk has, I don't think he could keep a guy that big off of him. I mean, you see what Derek Chisora did with Usyk. I mean, it wasn't like Usyk had his way with him. I mean, he won, but a lot of that was like, get this big dude away from me. Like a lot of it in the latter rounds looked like some panic fighting, to be honest with you. So you get somebody who's younger, Dillian Whyte. You get somebody who's even bigger than Chisora, Dillian Whyte. And you get somebody who's arguably more reckless than Chisora, Dillian Whyte. And somebody who hits harder than Chisora, Dillian Whyte. I don't know how Usyk is going to handle that. I don't know how he handles that. I really don't, So either way, I feel like we have some amazing matchups coming up. And either way, we should be happy as consumers. Either way, we win. As long as everybody stays healthy in the heavyweight division and nobody pops for steroids, we win. And that's just that. If everybody stays healthy, we win. Because we got 2022 is going to be lined up if everybody stays healthy. That's what it's all about now. So the question is, when are they going to fight? I would say they need to do it as quickly as possible. Because if Fury's already talking about walking away, and you don't know. I mean, he's crazy enough to do it, so you really don't know. Maybe he would walk away. You don't know. Maybe he would walk away. Maybe he tried to get his hands on Usyk, and he was like, you know what, forget this crap. If I can't get Usyk, I don't want to be here. Maybe. I mean, we got some monsters on the way because Joe Joyce is definitely coming. Daniel Dubois is definitely coming. And I don't care what anybody says about Daniel Dubois. He's still a threat. He's coming. And I don't think if Daniel Dubois and not Usyk, I'm sorry, Joe Joyce fought again, I don't believe it would go down the way it went down before. I don't. So we got some good matchups coming, but I am happy for this. I am happy to say this. I've been thinking this, and when I first heard about, the injury with Dillian Whyte, I'm like, how convenient is that? You hear he's about to go away, and then suddenly you get hurt. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, but I'm so happy about it. And I'm happy that he's taking his career, he's steering his career. He's not going to let a possible championship fight slip through his hands. And that's what you got to do in the sport. You got to be relentless. You got to be tenacious. And that's not just in the ring. That's outside the ring as well. You got to have that team that's going to fight for you and be like, no, we want that fight. We'll do it whenever, however, wherever, with whomever. It doesn't even matter. That's what you need. That's what you need. So I'm happy. I am happy to say this. And I am happy to get more into the logistics as they become available. But those are my thoughts right there. And I want to know what you have to say. You know the routine. Drop them down below. And again, please like and please subscribe to my channel.